Howdy guys, Radio Magic here. I hope you are all having a fantastic morning, day, afternoon or evening, wherever you are and whatever you are up to. Today we are back with another Zendikar Rising Draft because there's no Kaladesh at the moment and we've been doing tons of cubes. So let's go and tone down the power level a little bit and jump in. So pack one, pick one. Let's have a look. We've got a mighty fine bomb at the moment with Zagras, Thief of Heartbeat. Thief of Heartbeats, is that how you pronounce it? Zagras. A 6-mana Rakdos Flying Death Touch Haste 4/4, and it costs 1 less for each creature in your party. So a little bit of a party synergy there. And then whenever a creature you control deal combat damage to a Planeswalker, destroy it. So your creatures sort of get Death Touch for Planeswalkers. And I think it's going to be the pick here. There are some other good cards in the pack. Shadow Stinger, Nahiri's Binding, Geyser Mage. I think we played with Zagras once. Yeah, I think it worked out. I think we got like 5 or 6 wins of it. So we'll go Zagras and have a look at how we go. So pack 2, what do we want? I mean, Electromancer is a good follow-up to Zagras since it makes it cost less and we want creatures in our party. But I don't know if we want to limit ourselves that early, that quickly. There's also a Skulker as well, which is a rogue. Equally, Skulkers and Electromancers go a bit late. I think I'd rather have an Electromancer than a Skulker, since it's probably a little bit more aggressive. And if we pick up some good 2-mana warriors that are red, then we can go 2-mana warrior into Electromancer, and then with the mana, utilize that if we have another warrior in hand. So probably going to go Electromancer and stay on the Zagras plan at the moment. Bubble Snare could be quite good as well. What do we want here? I mean, it hurts my soul because we've got an Into the Royal, but we can't really pair an Into the Royal with Zagras. Equally, we could take the Brushfire Elemental and maybe splash the black on Zagras, since there's not much else left in this pack. Scorch Rider's okay. Well, actually, no, Scorch Rider is awful. Mind Carver's better in the Rogues list. We could take a Malaga Rebirth and just wait a little bit. But I think it's worth speculating on the Bushfire Elemental. I don't really want to be in 3 colours, actually. Probably take the Malakia Rebirth, since Zagras is good enough reason anyway. And I don't think we're going to just cut it as well for an Into the Royal. So we'll take a Malakia Rebirth. It's quite good at attacking in as well. So the Rebirth's going to be good in matchups where we want to keep trying to smash our opponent's face. So what do we want here? We've got another party member here with a Night Runner, which might just be the pick. You really want ways of getting in damage with this, so we want some pump effects. Molten Blast is okay, it's like subpar removal, but yeah, the runner's quite a good reason to carry on staying in red. Might just be the pick here. I mean, we're not missing out on much. I think Nahiri's Binding's like, while this effect is really good in most formats, I think in this format, not particularly that good. And yeah, Skulker as well, but yeah, we'll take a runner. Yeah, I like Champion here. Champion's really good. Relic Axe could be quite good. We're going to probably have quite a few warriors in the colours we're in. If we're in the Clerics list, then Blight Priest would be quite good. But I think we'll just take a Champion here and kind of be happy with that. We're filling up a little bit on the 3-drop slot, but it works with our Zagras and, yeah, Electromancer. We need some more warriors, like I said, but we are definitely in the colours for them. And, yeah, we'll go with another one here. I mean, the Song Treachery might be just good better. I think it's less likely we're going to pick up a Song Mad Treachery, and we're definitely going to play this. Let's sort our curve out a little bit. Our curve is looking a little bit heavy on the 3-drop slot at the moment, so it's another reason to take a Treachery, since I'm sure we'll pick up more champions later on. Oh, these are exactly what I was talking about, what we wanted to pick up. If we're going heavy party, then we probably want the Bug Catcher. Hits a little bit harder. It's always going to hit as a 2/2 at the minimum, but can hit for a little bit more, and we're probably like splashing black at this point. Heavier on the red. Could take a wizard for the party synergy, but I think I'm going to hedge my bets that we can pick up wizards later on and take another champion. Just to think a 4/3 attacker is much better. And yeah, hopefully pick up some more of these on the 2-drop slot. And yeah, I don't mind another treachery here. Some value in our mana basis will always be welcome. Could take the Scorch Rider as it's a warrior, but I don't think we're that desperate. And I actually don't mind Blade. But yeah, we're going to take a Song Mad Treachery here. Not much for us here. I don't think we're playing the Lithoform Blight. If we go into white, if we end up like dropping Zagras for whatever reason, then Smite the Monstrous maybe. I mean, the Dreadworm could be like a finisher. If if we're running low on finishers. Probably going to lean more of a quite aggressive list though. Rage might make it in. If we're being really aggressive, we want ways to get in with the Night Runner. And yeah, we want a high density of 2 drops, I think. Probably more likely to play than Hero's Binding. So not much black going around, but tons of red. Wow. Yeah, red seems wide open with the Expedition Champion coming back round. And what goodies have we got in this pack? So Pack Beast is a good one. Might just be the Mauling, though. It is a little bit expensive at double black as well. But yeah, this is like a pretty... Well, this is the premium removal spell, isn't it? Can also be mana if you want it early. Would really love a Pack Beast, but probably not going to come back round. But I think we have to take this. Charger's quite good as well. Would love an equipment on it, but yeah, I think we're just going to take the Hauling here and be really happy with that. I'm probably going to count this as a removal spell on our list. What do we want here? Probably one of these 2 drops. Honestly, I think I'm just happy to go for Bugcatcher again. Like, what do we have at the moment? We have 2 rogues, 4 warriors, and 1 wizard. Okay, so rogue, wizard. Yeah, I think we just want these because it works so well with the Electromancer. And I think I prefer the Bugcatcher above the Ambusher. Other noticeable picks in the pack, it'd probably be one of these 2. And then we'd probably be going like Drana's Silencer, maybe. Maybe we want this as just a way to get in evasive damage. And make our Zagras a little bit cheaper. But yeah, we're going to go with Bugcatcher. Easy decision. Yeah, and this is a Snap Royal Eruption as well. Not going to pass up on a Royal Eruption. Don't even think we have to talk about this that long. The Acquisitions Expert could be really good, actually. And the Blood Beckoning. And yeah, even the Electromancer would take, but not going to pass up on a Royal Eruption. This makes me think that red is just wide open here. Interesting decision. Do we take a Wizard for Zagras, make it a little bit cheaper? Make our Electromancer a little bit better? Or do we take a Blood Beckoning for some value? And I think the answer is we're going to take a Blood Beckoning. Guarantee we have some. I'm not going to miss a Fisher Wizard too much. Wow. Yeah, so what do we take here? Spikefield Hazard could be quite good. I think I'm leaning Spikefield Hazard, Pack Beast, or Bugcatcher. And we don't have that much party synergy. I mean, the Bugcatcher, red just feels like it's going super late at the moment, so maybe we will one of these. And just take the Pack Beast. Pack Beast is the least likely to come back round, and it works really well with Zagras, Expedition Champion, Electromancer. No, we're going to... I talked myself out of it. As we were talking about, I was thinking, that doesn't sound that good. I think I'd rather just have the extra Bugcatcher to get in damage early. I do that quite often, just talk myself out of something. Maybe it's a Feed the Swarm. This is normally best in the Clerics list, but could be quite good in this list since we're going to hope to be really aggressive. Or could just take the Fisher Wizard as a extra party member. Another aggressive 2-drop, which I think we are going to take. I don't really like playing the Feed the Swarm unless our opponents, unless we're in the Clerics list. Nothing for us here. Wow, blue is super open as well. It could have been in like blue-red wizards, I guess. I mean, we're pretty solid in all of our colours. Maybe we want to take a Stampede. If we're in white, we picked up some okay white cards. Wow. Really happy with an Ambusher there. Maybe we should have taken the Pack Beast to have some diversity of our 2-drops. But yeah, we're really aggressive at the moment, and I like the Rage with triple Bugcatcher. I don't think we want to play all these Fisher Wizards. But I like the Blood Beckoning to get back Zagras. But we have so many cheap party members at the moment that might play Synchronized Spellcraft. Might be a little bit expensive for what we are planning on doing in this list. And probably don't want the Cleansing Wildfire. I mean, might want it more if we pick up a load of Hellhounds, for example. Might want the Cleansing Wildfire. I could actually see Synchronized Spellcraft being okay if we have a lot of party synergy. I tell you the card we're looking for, the 3-mana Rakdos Enchantment, could be quite good. What are we looking at here? Rolling Vortex, I don't think is for this deck. This is really good in Constructed. How many do we have actually for Constructed? I have my playset already. I don't think I'd take it anyway. I think we're just going to take a Fury. as a anti-removal spell. We can remove one of our opponent's creatures, or if our opponent tries to remove one of ours, we can Fury. If our opponent like bindings one of our creatures as well, we can throw it at them, and it's some value in the mana base. Since at the moment, what do we have? 3 cards, so 17 playables. Probably going to pick up some more. Probably will the Expedition Champion, but we have 4 of them, so not going to be too disappointed if we don't get it. Unfortunately, we don't have that much life gain for the Scion. I don't think we have any life gain for the Scion. How many rogues do we have? 2 rogues, a load of wizards, a load of warriors. Do we take the Skulker or do we take the Ambusher? Probably like Ambusher. It's a good pump effect late game. Because Skulker works better with Zagras. Works better with Electromancer as well. We'll diversify our threats a little bit and take a Skulker. So Acquisitions Expert or another Bug Catcher. And I think we might go Bug Catcher. It is our 4th one that we're picking up, but these cards just cannot be understated how good they are. If you're attacking in, especially with a Rage as well, being able to attack in, it's always going to trample over. It's probably going to trade with each creature that you attack into. Acquisitions Expert's good as well, but we really want to be hyper aggressive here. So I'm going to take this Bug Catcher. I'm going to take an Electromancer now as well, instead of before we take the 5th Bug Catcher, just because we have so many 2-drops now that this is going to pay off. If we can play this and get 2 free mana out of this, we're going to be happy a lot of the time. And yeah, Deadly Alliance looks excellent here with all of our cheap party members. If we were lacking in bombs, Seagate Colossus could be good, which we actually don't have any top end. We probably put this as like a 15, 16 land deck, but Deadly Alliance is going to be a super cheap removal spell. So yeah, this is definitely like hyper aggression. I'd be surprised if we even get into 5, 6 mana. Going to be hoping to just go 2-drop, 2-drop, and then maybe like Electromancer into another 2-drop. But yeah, curve is a little bit off. But like I said, has some value in our mana basis, so we could always be attacking in and then like rebirth our Bug Catcher to get it back. Songmad Treachery for when our opponent thinks they've stabilized. Might actually, do we want to take a Helion here? I guess a Helion gives us the opportunity to pick up some of our lands later in the game, and it moves our curve up a little bit as well. Don't think this is a soft consumption deck. We don't have any 1-drops at the moment for this Hellhound, but I guess we're just going mana at this point. Soft consumption could be okay. Wow. Can't believe Vanguard's come around. We have a ton of warriors. So excellent 2-drop. Guess we start making cuts now. I don't think we need the Ambusher, since we have 5 other warriors. We don't need 6th champion as well. But I'm not playing Scorch Rider. I don't think we're playing 6 champions. So how many lands do we have at the moment? We're not playing any of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 lands. I think this, yeah, the deck's pretty much done here. A ton of early 2-drops. No 1-drops, unfortunately. I cut a Fisher Wizard instead of the Skulker, just so we have a little bit of diversity. We only have 3 rogues, though. We have the Zagras, the Runner, and the Skulker. So this is just a 2-mana 2/2 a lot of the time. But it's going to make our Zagras a little bit cheaper. Which is why we're playing it. Though we are hyper-aggressive as well, we do have quite a few tap lands, which is a little bit concerning. But it's good to have some value in your mana basis. It's going to prevent us from flooding. So probably just cut a swamp. A 16 lands. Maybe let's go 15 lands of all of our tap lands, and we'll cut 2 cards as well, since we want to be playing these out, but we don't want to drop our curve too low. I think Helion's is going to be too heavy on the mana. It's a way to pick up our lands later on, but I think it's fine. We don't need to pick them up. And yeah, probably just a champion as well. Like 4 might be a little bit overkill. But yeah, I like the list. This is just hyper aggression at its best. Maybe not at its best. We would have really have liked some more rages, I think, with all of our bug catchers just to get through some additional damage. But yeah, if we can play a catcher on 2 and then into like an Electromancer, into like a, I don't know, Fisher Wizard, and then we're attacking for like 4, is that 3? No, it's 4 damage. Yeah, it's pretty good, and get out an early Zagras. But yeah, let's jump into some games and see how we get on. I think we can keep this hand. Turn 2 Bug Catcher, turn 3 Expedition Champion. We really missed out, I think, on picking up that 3 mana Rakdos enchantment that gives Menace and +1/+0 for each creature in your party. That was exactly what this list wanted, I think. We're just going to play out this Treachery. We have a second one, and would probably rather have the Mauling. Yeah, into champion, I think, into double 2-drop or removal spell. So our opponent's got. Okay, Hellhound a little bit late to the party. So let's attack first. If our opponent has a removal spell, we don't want to show him how valuable the bug catcher is, since then they've got more of an incentive to remove it once they see champion. Yeah, if our opponent just taps down for a creature here, we get to mauling it. If they don't, then we get to double 2-drop, which will power up the bug catcher. Probably playing out this off consumption at some point, but if we top deck lands for the next 2 draws, then we might want to. I want to just play this out. Might want to just hold it. Okay, I think we're just mauling here. Mauling, and then we can just full attack. See no reason not to do that. And then if we top deck land, we can go Zagras. If not, then we go double 2-drop, and then that will make this cheaper for the next turn. And yeah, all of our creatures will have Death Touch. And Death Touch to Planeswalkers as well, if it's relevant. Okay, not too much of an issue when our creatures are going to have Death Touch. Okay, so unfortunately we're not able to give our creatures Death Touch. Are we holding Zoft Consumption? I think maybe. Opponent gets an easy block here, but we'll give it to him instead of giving them the option to chump block. I think we're going to hold this, since if we top deck 2 lands in a row now, we can cast it. And if we don't top deck lands, we should be able to do everything with 4 mana. Yeah, the fact this has haste just, I think, pushes it so much. But we are swinging in for a lot of damage next turn. If our opponent can answer this, then we can get it back with the Blood Beckoning. So quite a bit to do here. Opponent gets to gain a bit of life. All of our creatures are going to have Death Touch. So if we played this, we would get 3 mana. So yeah, if we play this, we actually get 3 mana, and then we can play the Zagras after that. Is that right? I think that's right. Yeah, even with 1 left over. And then we can actually just full swing with everyone. I think that's correct. Since we have the Blood Beckoning, let's just get in some damage. All of our creatures have Death Touch. Opponent's just going to scoop it up there. Pretty aggressive start from us. So this isn't the strongest hand that we could have, but we do have a low land count, so we shouldn't draw too many more lands. And yeah, Bug Catcher into Electromancer backed up with a Rage is quite good. I say we shouldn't draw too many more lands, but if we draw many more lands off the top, I think it's going to be game. Got to draw some aggression here. Let's go with the colony. Okay, really don't want to draw any more lands now. This is all the lands our deck needs to function. We are running 15 lands. Okay, opponent's playing aggressive. Cannot blame them. I think we're just going to Royal Eruption this while we can. Oh, we actually made a mistake, didn't we? Could have Electromancered into Royal Eruption. I'm not sure why I didn't do that. That might actually cost us dearly, since we would have an Electromancer in play right now. So let's just go attacking. So our opponent wants to stay aggressive. I think we'll take the hit, and then we've got the Rage if our opponent wants to block. Opponent might sit on blocks here. Opponent is going to sit on blocks. So how do we want to attack here? Just tap everyone. See what our opponent does. So we could save our champion. Could throw the Electromancer. Make our champion 6 power. Do we just trade both off here? We can keep our champion alive. Definitely don't need more lands. Yeah, and just go like that. Board's a little bit more clear, and then we've got Fury to hopefully mop something else up. I'd have loved to have saved the Fury for a turn in which we could Inordinate Rage and then Fury our opponent's face. Since when we attack there, we could have done it. We need to hold off on it and try and race our opponent here. We needed to make that trade as well. Okay, yeah, flooding a little bit. Still going to keep racing though. Since 2-turn clock. Opponent could be planning on holding. If they go land into relevant play here, like this, gonna hold us at bay for a little bit. Like just off of lethal. So if our opponent attacks here, if our opponent attacks here, then we've got lethal on the way back. Okay, so we have lethal. Unless our opponent has a 1-drop here. Just play champion first, I guess. Opponent going for the safe block. Target opponent, sacrifice our champion, and GG. Yeah, this hand looks really good. Going to play this Treachery out on turn 1. See if our opponent puts up any blockers here, because we could just go Night Runner. They have put up a blocker, but I think we're happy to just attack and trade here. And then just play the Knight Runner. I guess we'll play Runner first. It sort of encourages our opponent not to trade, but if they do want to trade here, they get a point of trample through, and every point might matter. Triple champion here, we just get to go 4-3 into 4-3 each turn. So yeah, we would have just traded normally there. Our opponent likely just goes, oh, they have nothing. So just double 2-drop here. And then just triple champion to follow up. I think our opponent might have had a play, but they only had the tapped land. Or maybe they thought the Expedition Healer would hold our creatures at bay. So I think we do this first. And yeah, this will be our third party member, so we can get a champion into play as well. And then yeah, I think I'm happy to swing with a lot. They either bounce off the Knight Runner or they trade. I mean, they're not really incentivized to bounce off of it because we've already played out a hand, but I'm kind of happy with that. Fellow Retreat's going to be a tough one to beat. Gonna have to get really aggressive here. Definitely going to trade if they attack, yeah. I think we're just full swinging here, aren't we? We cannot afford to take a turn off from attacking now. Fellow Retreat, they will take over if we don't. Just keep slamming here. Opponent gets to eat one of our creatures. We get to deal 2 trample and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage still. Oh no, that's just lethal. Okay, fair enough. It was the 2 trample. Sure, so our opponent should have been more careful with how they blocked. To be fair, even I missed it. Okay, playing against someone in Mythic, so game faces on. What do you think about this hand? This hand's like a bit meh. Like probably playing the Fury out early. Maybe the Songmad Treachery actually. We get to go 2-drop into 3-drop and then Deadly Alliance is real cheap. Maybe we keep this. It's not the most aggressive hand, but we'll try it. Maybe we want to hold on to the Songmad Treachery. I think it's more likely that we're going to want that above the Fury. Since stealing one of our opponent's creatures is going to be quite good. So yeah, next time we play Champion, Deadly Alliance only costs 3. Want to attack here? Like, yeah. I mean, we probably not. We can set up, can't we? Just wait a turn, and if our opponent goes for like a double block next turn on the Expedition Champion, we could Deadly Alliance something. Also makes our Deadly Alliance a little bit worse if we trade. Probably gonna hold this soft consumption as well. Since we're very close to casting it. So yeah, just trading hits off at the moment. Would have loved a Thundering Rebuke for our list. Don't think we saw any of them. Opponent saw 2 though. At least we're not just drawing lands constantly. We wouldn't mind a black source at some point for this soft consumption, since it's going to swing the race a little bit. So everybody has like a 3rd Thundering Rebuke here. It's not a bad one to steal. Do we just steal it? And then next turn we've got pretty... Well, I mean, if we top deck a black source, soft consumption is just lethal. If not, we could always Deadly Alliance and Rage something. Opponent's got to be real careful here now before attacking. Is it CMC 3 or greater? Because they haven't got any black mana. Might just be splashing it. Do we just go for it here? Our opponent needs 2 bits of interaction. So, opponent decided to use all of their timeouts there. It's hard not to believe your opponent's being salty when they're playing really fast all game and then they just wait for 3 timeouts when you Deadly Alliance their creature for the win. This hand looks really good. Hopefully we top deck another 2-drop for this Bug Catcher. For the Electromancer, we get to go Bug Catcher, Electromancer into another 2-drop. If not, might lead on the Expedition Champion. No, there we go. Let's see how aggressive our opponent wants to get. I think we're going to slam in regardless. Well, hopefully our opponent attacks and because they're in Simic, I'm sure or Teamer. Yeah, I'm sure they don't want to trade damage here. So our opponent does, but yep. Let us add this mana to the mana pool. And then do we just pass turn here? We're happy to attack. And then we can mauling our opponent's next creature. I assume they held this squid back to block though. Yep. Oh, nice. Pretty mad. Okay, so you get to attack for 5 here. 6 even. I think we are just going to mauling this and attack for 6. And then we can either follow up on Expedition Champion if we want, or we could Song Mad Treachery something. I'd like to go Champion first. It depends if our creatures can trade wherever our opponent plays. I think we have to go Champion now, don't we? Opponent's incentivized to trade with the Electromancer. Not going to though. I thought you trade with Electromancer there because while this has Trample, this will shrink down to a 2/2. So hopefully our opponent just plays something big here. We get to steal it. No, they're going to kick a Bubble Snap. Unfortunate. So yeah, we just have to get in there. So position's not looking too good, and we're getting to a point in which Simic / Teamer starts to take over, especially over Roost of Drakes. I mean, that's a great one to steal. So how does this work? There's a way you have to do this. This is in end step, isn't it? So whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, if it's your main phase, there is an additional combat after this phase. So we actually have to steal it and then lay the land, if I'm correct. I mean, it doesn't matter, we're attacking 6, aren't we? Oh, and it's actually a warrior. So it doesn't matter, but yeah, we'd lay the land then, and then it untaps. And ranking up to diamond there, pretty nice. Yeah, I think this hand can keep. Probably lead on the Vanguard. Really like a black land, but yeah, I mean, mono red all the way. Let's go. Depends what our opponent's on, but this is a hand I expect if our opponent doesn't have a lot of interaction. Oof, Mill. Can't stand playing against Mill. This is power, isn't it? Yeah. Turn 1 Ruin Crab's going to be good. Losing some goodies there. I guess we couldn't cast these, and we already have 2 Expedition champions, so it doesn't matter too much. So, when it attacks, target creature an opponent controls with power less than or equal to the number of warriors. So there's like no point attacking. We can stop the thief from blocking. Do we just want to trade with thief? It allows our bug catchers to get in. I don't mind losing. Like, I can't stand losing to Mill. I don't know. Of all the archetypes, Mill annoys me the most. Are we just trading off now? Let's just play double bug catcher. Play 1 bug catcher and let's attack. Our opponent can chump with the Ruin Crab if they want. Gonna Glacial Grass. So our opponent is on the Mill plan. Mill confirmed. I think I'm gonna trade with this. The problem is, if we trade with the Skydiver, our bug catchers can't get in. Because they only attack as 2/2s at the moment, because we only have warriors, so they can't get past that Ruin Crab. If we had a wizard or something, then and there goes our wizard. Then one of our wizards, yeah, we only lost 1 other party member. 19 cards left in deck. I mean, there's another wizard. And yeah, I mean, we're just going to empty our hand here and hope to beat the Mill deck. We're kind of at that position where it's like, opponent, what have you got? Have you got enough to beat us? Have you got a Glacial Grasp into the Royal? I think we're just going to full swing here. Attack with both. Our opponent trades. Start getting damage though, with 18 cards left. But we deal 2 trample damage this time. And the Vanguard can stop the Ruin Crab from blocking. But yeah, we have a lot of power coming in next turn. And let's have a look. I was just about to say about Treachery. How many Treacheries have we got left? Just the 1 left. There's a Treachery. Do we steal here? If we steal and attack everyone, they chump with the Ruin Crab, take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Not quite lethal. Maybe we just wait till next turn. develop our board and go with Treachery next turn. We get to smack them for quite a bit here. They could easily have like a combat trick. Opponent's down to 4 though. So unlikely we're going to die to mill unless our opponent can wipe our board. I feel a lot safer with the Treachery in hand. So after land, we're going to be left with 9 cards left in the library. So double Glacial Grasp would tap 2 of our things down, and then I guess we still have it. Have we lost our Zagras yet? We have not. So 9 cards left in the library. What about our... We haven't lost our recursive spell. I've played this format so much, I still can't remember the name of all the cards. The 1-drop black sorcery that gets back a creature, you can kick it for 4 mana to get back 2. Because, I mean, like, just getting back 2 bug catchers is good. I think... So if our opponent has double Glacial Grasp, we're dead if we don't Songmad Treachery. But if we do this and our opponent does have double Glacial Grasp, we're dead anyway because they do it to the 2 Expedition Champions and then only take 3. But if our opponent has anything else and we take this blocker, then they need 2 interactive spells. So yeah, opponent needs to answer both of our champions here. They could have the spell that gives all of our creatures -2, -0. So our opponent's got... I don't know if it's right to cast the Songmad Treachery here. In this draft alone, this card has just been an all-star. I think if it wins us this game, it'll be the 3rd game that's won us. Opponent's going to kick it into the Royal. I assume they have another interactive spell here. Otherwise, they wouldn't be kicking that. Oh, opponent's going to scoop it up. Yeah, Songmad Treachery... blinding job there. Yeah, this hand is missing a black source, but apart from that, quite good. We at least get to go into some 2-drops if we don't find other lands. Interesting. I think we're playing this out. I know we could hold it to if we just draw lands, but if we don't draw a 3rd land, it's going to be pretty painful. Okay. Are we leading with Bug Catcher here? Vanguard hits a little... Well, I guess they're all attack for 2 power at the moment, so it's fine. And this will prevent our opponent from blocking. So, mono red versus mono black here. It's against rogues. So, this is power equal... which has a power less or equal to the number of warriors you control. So yeah, can't block with their bloom. Our opponent being on the play here might be enough for them to take it. We get to double Bug Catcher next turn, which I guess is good. So maybe they have a 2nd Stalker or something here. Do we set up for Zagras next turn? I think so. Do we want to attack here? This is going to be a constant thorn in our side. Can Deadly Alliance it? We can Deadly Alliance their next threat though, can't we? Let's just trade off. And then, yeah, we get to Zagras next turn if our opponent doesn't remove our Bug Catcher. Currently 6-1 as well. Oof. So we need to keep land, don't we? I mean, yeah, let's go for it. Opponent, you got something. Opponent must think, what do they have if they're discarding a Deadly Alliance? That feels a little bit painful. I think we'll trade for the rogue here. If the opponent wants to, we shall. That was an excellent draw. 1, 1, 2, 3. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have another Mind Drain. What do we want? Probably just the most damage. Just take the Vanguard and the Expeditioner. And then it'll make our opponent's creatures unable to block. Won't make the Skitterous Sneak unable to block, but the Bug Catcher couldn't get through that anyway. We'll make that unable to block. I guess this will have Death Touch, won't it? So we attack, we can make this, and this is Death Touch, so we'll be able to kill the Skitter Sneak. And then what, our champion trades for this? I guess they'll need to put another Rogue into play for that. Oh, this is not a May trigger, that's interesting. So in one of our last games where we were fighting against the Ruin Crab, if we actually wanted our opponent to give them the ability to block, then we couldn't do that. Opponent could flash in a Rogue here. At least our Expedition Champion will have a Death Touch. Okay, so here we go. 6 and 2. Opponent, what do you have? You need to answer 3 lethal threats. And oh! So we barely saw Zagras throughout the draft. I think that's the second time we saw him. And yeah, both times was excellent. So pack 1, pick 1, taking a Rakdos card paid off for us. I also think that red was completely open during the draft. We were getting them Expedition Champions really late. And I don't think people are that high on Expedition Champions, but they're pretty good when you pair them with a load of other warriors. I think the list might have been better if we were in Boros, but yeah, the Electromancers, pairing Electromancer with you go 2-drop anything, like warrior, as long as it's not a 2-drop wizard, and then you go into Electromancer, and then you can play another 2-drop. So yeah, on turn 3, you can have 3 creatures out with, what's that, 7 CMC worth of creatures on turn 3, which, yeah, it's pretty good. I guess it's a little bit ahead, but it's just the power of them as well, because you're not playing a 1-drop. But yeah, anyway, list was pretty good. Sort of curved out at Zagras, but we had a ton of different creatures. We had 3 rogues, 9 warriors, and 3 wizards. So no clerics in the list, but we could still make our stuff cheaper. We passed by on a pack beast throughout the draft, and I think there was something better in the pack. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, we pack 1, pick 1 at Zagras, and yeah, worked out pretty well. So yeah, that was the draft. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was nice to jump back to a bit of Zendikar Rising, since we've been doing tons of MTG Cube recently, which, don't get me wrong, is really fun. We're going to be jumping into some more of that. But yeah, coming back to Zendikar for a little bit was quite nice and refreshing. And yeah, I miss casting some Royal Eruptions and just playing some little bit of aggro. And sometimes it's quite nice to play with a lesser power level to cube. So yeah, it was quite nice to do that. But I'm just rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember, on the channel at the moment, we're going on with our series of Is Control Viable, and doing tons of drafts as well. And we've got some little videos coming in the works. I'm actually trying to work on a Esper Planeswalker Super Friends list at the moment. I've tried a few different variations of it. It'd be great to hear your guys' feedback on that. What do you think? What do you think a list should look like? What do you think it should include? Just suggestions, really. I was thinking of going down the affinity route with 6-mana Tezzeret, but we'll see. So if you've got any suggestions for that, throw them down into the comments. I'd love to hear that. But yeah, Esper Planeswalkers is coming up soon, and yeah, going to revise Jeskai as well in the next few coming days for Jeskai Control. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel if that's something you're interested in, and yeah, just guys, have a nice day and stay safe.